Welcome back and good morning, Central Oregon. Dr. Richard Benson joins me this morning. He is the author of a book called Stepping into Your Personal Field of Abundance. Good morning.
Good morning, Christy.
So tell me about this book. How did this book come about?
Well, a year ago spring, I just kind of felt this inner nudge to start writing. And I wasn't quite sure who, what, where, or how, but I just felt that nudge and followed it.
Had you ever written anything before?
No, a few articles, you know, but never a book.
So when you sat down then, when you felt that nudge and you sat down to start writing, what poured out?
Well, it started out as my, I guess you'd say, my life story, but the first segment is mainly on the things that impacted me the most as a child, and then the second segment of 4 segments is on my career track as a chiropractor here in Bend, and then the third segment is more on kind of a quantum physics perspective on those life lessons, and then the 4th segment kind of wraps it all up.
So your story, you say, is fundamentally an expression of the inner guidance you've received since childhood, and sharing that with others.
Yeah.
What a wonderful thing to do. So what kind of a response have you heard from people who have read your book? Well,
very positive one so far. Yeah, for a lot of people, I think it's affirming things they already knew, and for a lot of individuals, I believe they discover through my life lessons that they have this inner guidance. I didn't know what it was as a child, you know, but you know, as I look back at decades, I realize it was indeed inner guidance, and it still is today. Something we can nurture, you know, just like better vision or better hearing, or you know, working out at the gym. Something we can nurture.
Something we can nurture.
Yeah.
And you say that people can follow their passions because that's precisely what you have been doing. You've been following your passion. And you will tell people how to do that in this book?
Yeah, that's basically what allowed me to retire a decade and a half ago. Was pretty much all my life, instead of paying attention and focusing on what society may dictate or try to dictate, I've kind of peeled off in another direction now and then, which is where my passion led me. Not always logical, but where my passion directed me.
You know, that's a scary thing too. I have a friend who just quit her job to follow her passion. And there's a great deal of unknown. Maybe I need to get her your book. There's a great deal of unknown with that. It's taking a step into who knows what. You brought a treasure map. You tell people to make a treasure map. What does that mean? Well,
this is one of the self-discovery tools, you might say, for not only following our passion but discovering it. But a treasure map basically is a collage, words and pictures of what you really want to do or be or have. And there's a magic about putting it together, because you're really connecting with the physical you is connecting with that inner guidance. So, for example, this is one on the classes that I do called Golden Bridge Seminars, and this is another one on recreation. I wasn't getting enough recreation, so a couple years ago I made one on more recreation, and they've consistently worked for me for the last 20 years that I've been doing this.
You also talk about investing. You don't retire at 44. You know, if you're not financially smart. And you talk about the mystifying secret to profitable investing.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, for my wife Debbie and I, it certainly wasn't, you know, looking at a prospective financial sheet at all. Basically, everything we've purchased that is, you know, turned to gold, so to speak, have all been things that we felt good about. If we buy this, maybe someday we'll live there. For example, 5 acres in Idaho, which we may never live on, but we bought it because we thought someday we may retire there. And within a year or two, just as an example of inner guidance, I didn't know McCall, Idaho was going to become a Bend, Oregon. But about a year or two after we bought that little 5-acre piece, it escalated in value 5-fold in a few years, because McCall became another Bend, Oregon. So things like that. So we didn't do it because we knew that was coming up as much as because we thought we'd feel good living there someday.
And maybe it was in your treasure map.
That's right.
You know, maybe part of that. Your
Yeah.
book has been so popular in an ebook format that you have now published it
Yes.
as a paperback. Where can people get it around Central Oregon?
Well, one can order it directly from my website, which is retireby40.com.
Okay.
There's a slash in there somewhere
Yes,
also.
and we'll put it on screen.
Okay,
Yep,
great.
so they can get that.
Good. And through the end, we just got these books 2 weeks ago. So through July, one can purchase them for about $8 less on my website.
Okay.
Then you would find them today on Barnes & Noble or Amazon.
Wonderful.
So through the end of the month, there is a nice discount on that.
That's great. So we can order directly from you, eliminate the middleman,
Yes.
and do that. So, and you can find more. There's also a free chapter and more on the website at retire-by40.com. And you can also contact Dr. Benson that way. So it was great to meet you.
Thank you,
you.
Christy. I appreciate
Thank you.
the opportunity.
Thank you.